I feel your pain, Winnie. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful view. You can't, right? You can't see a beautiful view because it's winter. In the UK, that can only mean one thing. It means waking up in the dark. It means going to work in the dark. And driving home in the dark. Can be totally crushing if you let it be, especially if you're kind of 66 kilograms sopping wet and you look like a shaved bird. Winter can be a really, really difficult time. So here's what we're going to do. Here's my suggestion. I'd like you to comment in the comments section what you do that gets you through the winter, your tips or tricks that have helped you survive a dark or cold winter, because if I'm honest, I need to know them. And what I'm going to now do is I'm going to share mine with you, and it's going to be a kind of symbiotic relationship where we help each other get through the winter. These are my tips that get me through the winter positively and happily. It's getting dark. That should be made illegal. I don't know how you would make that illegal, but it should be made illegal. Some of the ways that I survive the winter, some of the simplest ways. The first way is just cling on to small victories. Cling on to things that make you happy, like maybe finding a really good biscuit in the biscuit jar, or the last couple of days I've had some awesome bits of news. So my sister's just had a baby, which makes me an uncle for the 7th time, which is awesome. Yesterday I found out that I re-qualify for GB in my age group at middle distance triathlon. I just need to wait for the email to confirm it, but I'm pretty certain that next year I'll be competing in Transylvania. But also it's just the little bits and bobs, the everyday that make you laugh, you know, just cling on to those every day, and they do accumulate over time. Oh, and you know what else makes me happy? My one coffee a day that I allow myself. So number one, small victories. Cling on to it. Oh, that's so frustrating. It's like the winter knew I was talking about it, and it's just decided to rain on me so I can't get out there. I wanted to film from out there for the second bit. Do you know what? Sod it, because that is the winter trying to beat me. So the second thing I do to beat the dark and the cold in the winter is I pencil things in for the other side, for kind of March and April time. You could book in a holiday, or you could book in an athletic event. That's what I do. I've got the London Marathon booked in for April, and that keeps me honest through the winter and it keeps me training. I always want to try and book in something that keeps me working towards something. So if it is a holiday that I book in April, then what I'll do is I'll start trying to put away a little bit of money each month, so it just feels like I'm just taking that edge off winter. I'm beating it, I'm working towards something. But as it happens, what I generally do is I book in a few events for me to run or compete in that keep me working, grinding hard through winter, which has the added bonus of keeping me fit throughout the winter. And my third and final tip is surround yourselves by positive beings, and that doesn't necessarily need to be humans. Surround yourselves with positivity, people that bring you happiness, positive forces. It could be at home, it could be at work, it could be your friends in social situations. Just remember, tough times don't last, tough people do. Actually, I'm doubly accountable now, I just realised, because not only have I signed up for the London Marathon and an Ironman and an ultra marathon, all of those things, but for the London Marathon, I've signed up to do it for a charity. And not only does that make me accountable in my training, it makes me accountable to the charity. So coming from two sides, I'm now going to have to work my arse off over the winter and feel like I really have a purpose. That's something that I need, is I need to feel like I have purpose. So if you're interested, the charity that I'm running the London Marathon for is a charity called the Lord's Taverners. They're a cricket-based charity, but they focus on providing sport for disabled and underprivileged children, which is obviously something close to my heart as a PE teacher. Mary's doing her charity run. She's found a charity. She's running the London Landmarks half marathon for Tommy's, which is a miscarriage charity, which is obviously another charity very close to our hearts. So if you want to check them out and if you want to sponsor us, then I'll put the links down here. No worries if not. By no means are you in any way obliged to help us out there or sponsor us. If you just want to follow our journey, then subscribe and watch what we're up to. And I'll see you next week where I have a special collaboration going on. Laters.